money for better.
And we're back at it again. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the room. Final Thursday, final one for the week. This Thursday, April 4th. Yeah, already 4 days gone in the month of April. So we're absolutely not wasting any time. So I need y'all undivided attention this morning because I got some things on my mind. I'm, according to my friend, I'm perturbed. I'm disturbed by some of the comments that I am standing Anushka. Anushka, why you behaving like Jackie so these days? I sure I like it. I think I can handle the two of you. It's like she's already enough. So be the nicer version of Jacqueline, please. Be the nice. It might be hard, but work on it. Okay? I don't know. There's something in this family. Like not one is like okay. Samo is kind of okay these days. I guess fatherhood and all that simmering him down. But it's like all of y'all. Anyways, morning, Shantae. Thank you so much for being a good prefect. I know you have stuff to do, but thanks for checking in. Good morning, Lisa. Yes, work on that thing. Would appreciate it. Good morning. Let me check on my WhatsApp. There are some people that I forgot. I was so busy. I didn't check the WhatsApp. I don't know what's going on. Normally, you would see the notification pop up, but now I have to open it, and I realized I missed a couple people. So, Terrence Wells, aka John Strokes, good morning. Catherine in Toronto, good morning. Welcome to the show. Shout out my Montreal peeps. Good morning. Empress Imani, good morning. Ras Jacky out there in Texas, Mr. Michael. Good morning, Rachel. I said morning on radio, did not respond on the WhatsApp. So good morning to you. And who else did I miss? Everybody else. Winston in Brooklyn, good morning. Rockin' come in. Pierre the Barber, good morning. Pierre, talk about a heart attack yesterday. I almost fell when I saw you walked into the studio. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right? But it's good to have you home. So happy everything is working out for you. Must be nice. It's been how many years now? Pierre just dropped in Grenada and didn't tell a soul he was coming. Surprised everybody. Just walked in and there he was. But it's good to see you, bro. Much love as always. Lisa, good morning. I see you. Happy Thursday. Also want to say good morning to Anushka. Good morning, Jackie. Take in front, yes, please do. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Debbie Crony Latouche. How are thou? Now it's night. What's she talking about? Night? Which night? Listen, not today. Naya, morning. Naya, you have all done today? You don't eat? I'm hungry. Morning, Rita. Mr. Ray, good morning, Salvan. Good morning, Jay Labor. Somebody said they love when I call you Mr. Ray. Morning, Janelle. Morning, Fatima. Madam Fortune, good morning. You're behaving these days. Nice. Good morning, Frost World Power Washing Services. Wow. Randy Dick, you good? Whale oil. Whale oil? How y'all come up with these names? Whale oil? If I have not, whale oil asking if they have nutmeg. Morning, Kizzy Thomas. Kizzy, don't join Anushka and Jackie, please. Morning, Michelle. Douglas, how are you? Rachel, morning again. Pinky, good morning. Valerie, Christelle, Isha, Aisha, good morning. Good to have you on the inside. Good morning, Sonia. How are you today? Michelle Charles, good morning. Morning, CJ, Marlene, Pierre, good morning. Jenalyn, Jackie Chaitan, good morning. I don't know how to try. Just try. Just try. Just say today I'm just gonna try to be like normal. How about that? Morning, Onella. Morning, Janelle. Say good morning to the artists in Carriacou. Which one of them? Super? Flint? There's numerous artists in Carriacou. We have Ayan Faye, aka Shortbury, aka Fimba. We have Skylac. We have Superfly in Flint. We have how you name? We have Shonda. We have I think we're sing about ding 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 and we got touchdown, hopefully shell down. How you call them again? We have them. We have Mr. Golden. We have Short, Skinny Banton. Who else we have out of Karakou? So you need to be more specific as to who you're talking about, or who I should say good morning to. Okay, morning, Lou. How are you? Oh, St. Vincent, whale oil from St. Vincent. Morning, whale oil. Karen Blackman Stewart in Canada. Ardon Kujo, good morning. Terry, big up yourself. Melvin and Anasha Brown, good morning to the Browns. Kadina, good morning. Maria, good morning. Montreal. And Molly, good morning. Doobie, morning. And of course, special morning to our YouTubers. Those of you viewing online, listening via radio, or listening online, good morning. Um, Bobby here? Oh, Bobby managed to make it here this morning? No, because it's turned down, Lavelle. I'm not cold, thanks. How Bobby managed to be in here? I thought Bobby drunk somewhere under some bush. Well, I guess the birthday was spent with the other half. That's why he managed to raise his head at 11 this morning. I'm shocked. Anyways, it's early still. There's a weekend again to repeat and rinse. Morning, Julianne. Aiden, good morning. I'm just gonna say I got it covered. I could stop now. Um, Jackie. Hold on. Morning, Rhonda. Morning, Wendy. I'm trying to figure out Salvan. Morning, Andre. Good morning, Sheena. Good morning, Claudine. Miss Aruna, when Miss J. Douglas Adam come to you with anything, just ignore you. Here last night Breeze couldn't pass. Miss, I have nothing to say to the young lady. Let the young lady enjoy life and love and whatever else comes her way. I have absolutely nothing to say. I have learned from timely memorial and I needed a reminder to stay out of people's relationship and people's love life. Anything they say to you, just say, okay, just listen. Do not advise. Do not tell them to stay, leave, jam, nada, zilch. People come to you with their problems. They want to vent. Just provide a listen. They want to cry. Just prop up your shoulder so they can cry on it. Do not say a word about people because, like I said, when things nice again, nothing can come between them. When they sleep leg in leg and all sorts of things, you're the topic of discussion. Or she don't have man for herself, or she this, or she that. And if she here giving you, listen, I wish Jacqueline and Mr. Kawash all the best and everything life has to offer. Bon voyage. Moving on to important matters at hand. Let me just give you all a meaning of something before I proceed. So, time and time again, you see people posting about this. I know for a fact, and this is a fact, and what have you. And I was just having a conversation with someone who responded under a post yesterday that really have me raising my eyebrows and looking at a lot of y'all men differently because I honestly thought you all were nice, outstanding men in the community. Nice men you could take home to meet your mother and you could cook pilau and coleslaw and pizza zabuka and fry plantain, nice golden brown plantain and hand squeeze juice on a Sunday, not no box juice, hand squeezed and with some little essence, mix essence and some sugar and maybe a little bitters and made with love. Some of you, I thought you were that type of man, but when I looked at some of the comments under that post, y'all could stay with the chicken and chips from Wall Street. Y'all ain't ready for that yet. Fight up with the chicken and chips or pizza barbecue on Wall Street because, anyways, so facts can be verified by evidence, while opinions are statements of belief, attitude, value, judgment, or feeling. I repeat, facts can be verified by evidence, while opinions are statements of belief, attitude, judgment, value, or feeling. So a lot of the times when we come here, we're giving on our opinion. We're not producing facts. We don't have any evidence to support our claims. We're giving our opinions. So stop peddling opinions as facts. Now I say this to say, let me read the situation, and then we'll talk about some of the responses that have me triggered and bothered. Because if that's the road we're heading, now I understand why the RAPE culture is so high on this rock. Because if that is the attitude that some of you are walking around with, now I understand. Because I was trying to figure out for some time, but now I have a better understanding based on some of the comments that I'm seeing from people that I thought, like I said, was upstanding gentlemen in the society. So this person says, my boyfriend undressed and touched me while I was asleep. Am I wrong for being upset? But listen to the backstory. I'm going to be 18 in a week and my boyfriend is 19. There's a lot to unpack, so work with me. I'm going to be 18 in a week and my boyfriend is 19. A lot of men wouldn't like me this morning. Some of y'all might even leave before I'm finished, but that's all right. We're not here for likes. We're here to give our opinions and have conversations. Some you might like, some you may not, but it is what it is. So she says, I'm going to be 18 in a week and my boyfriend is 19. We've never had sex in the 2 years we've been together since I want to wait for marriage, and he claimed he didn't care about sex that much. Yeah, you're naive, because men never care until. A piece of board don't care about sex. You can't tell a man he doesn't care about sex. He's going to say that because in their mind, the psychology of it is, okay, let me just work along with what she's saying, but sooner or later I'm going to break her down and she's going to come around to my way of thinking and we're going to engage in intercourse. So if she says she's not into it, I'm going to agree with her. I'm not into it either. But in the meantime, y'all be like Molly, humping everything, rolling up his little pillow. And at only 1 year old, I have to say to Molly, stop. And Molly's my little dog. He'll be rolling up his bed and humping it. Every single time I turn around, his bed is pulled out from where it's supposed to be, rolled up. Because I don't know what he gets from doing that. But anywho's, she says that he claimed he didn't care about sex that much. And according to her, her parents fight a lot, and it got way more intense than it usually does last night. And I didn't want to be in the middle of it, so I went to his house for the night. We slept in bed together, and all I wanted was cuddles and comfort, which he gave, and I fell asleep. I woke up with my shirt lifted all the way up and my underwear at my ankles, with my boyfriend also undressed next to me. I feel absolutely disgusted and yelled at him. He kept telling me to relax since he didn't, I'm trying to find a better word, but penetrate me. And since I'm his girlfriend, I shouldn't mind it and I'm overreacting. It's been on my mind all day and I don't know what to think. Now explain to me why y'all are saying it's her fault. And like I said, we are supposed to be the smarter species out of the entire kingdom, animal and otherwise. And we're supposed to have control over certain things. We don't get it right all the time, but for the most part, we're supposed to. And yes, some might say they're young, but if we look at it, there are 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds who we see pregnant, from since school. And according to the laws, the age of consent is 16, which to me doesn't make sense, but hey, 16. So that means they've been dating since she was 16 and they've never engaged in any sexual activity, which is commendable in this time, especially being that young and a young man and a young woman, hormones are raging everywhere you turn. You're seeing sexually explicit materials, everything that gravitates towards you feeling a type of way. So it's easy to be swayed, hate it or like it. Children are having sex because you're seeing the evidence every day, right? Sometimes with their peers, sometimes with older men, whatever the case might be, but it is happening. Doesn't make it right. But just to get to the point in the story here, which is she's going to be 18 in a week and her boyfriend is 19. They've never had sex and they've had, and I actually have to commend them because at that age, nobody's talking about waiting for sex, waiting for no marriage. People just jump, they have sex, and then oops, either I'm pregnant or oops, we're just oopsing our way through life at that stage. So to be so mature at a point where you already know what you want at 16 and you're not prepared to have sex until marriage, whenever that comes, and saving yourself for it, and you got with somebody who you thought felt the same way. Now, I can blame her being naive, one, because at my age, and I'm sure a lot of you in the comments and listening on radio, there's no way you would think to go to a man's house and not think something sexual might happen. That is always on the table. So at her age, she's probably thinking, okay, well, we have the conversation. He agreed and he understands. And there's fighting going on at my home. There's nowhere else I choose to go to because I see this person as my safe place, my safe space. He understands, and which is naive, but at the same time, why is she wrong? Considering they had the conversation and they had that understanding. My thing is, right, somewhere along the line, if homeboy's feelings changed, which is okay, and as he's getting older, he's probably around his friends, they're probably doing it and they're giving him talk, and his body's changing and he feels the urge. It's natural. It's absolutely natural to feel the urge, right? At some point, if that feeling changed and he realized he no longer wants to wait but wants to engage in whatever, why not tell her so she can decide if she's ready to, or she's going to hold on to I'm waiting for marriage, or you can find someone else who is willing to oblige you. I mean, they're both young, so you have to cut them some slack. But what I don't get is grown people making excuses for him and, as usual, victimizing the victim and making it seem as though it is her fault. They both have a lot to learn. They're both young. So I'm not going to beat him up too much. They both have a lot to learn. They're not like some of us at our age, we don't even get it. So you don't expect 17, 18, 19-year-olds to get it completely. They're still learning. They're still understanding their bodies, what, turns them on and off, and trying to find their way sexually and otherwise. So I still have to commend them for the 2 years that he held out and the 2 years they've been dating and never had any sex whatsoever, but going along together, dating, what have you. But it's different for women and it's different for men. A woman could hold out longer than a man can. You all see somebody passing and you feel a type of way without even touching the person. You're triggered by looks and all of that. Women, it's sometimes it takes more. You're more into the intimacy and you have to feel the person. Some of y'all don't even have to feel nothing. You don't even have to have no feelings whatsoever for the person, but you could engage in sexual intercourse. But what I'm not getting is the men as well as women under the post trying to excuse and make it seem as though it is her fault for feeling the way she feels. You can't give consent while you're asleep to engage in any sort of sexual intercourse. That is the big first mistake. You can't. It's not like she was wide awake and he tried and she gave in. She was asleep, and he knew very well that if she was awake, the likelihood of that happening, seeing that she's so deep in her convictions of waiting for marriage, the likelihood of that happening would probably be nil. So waited until she was asleep, considering she came in a state of vulnerability with the fighting between the parents, and it got too intense for her and she needed to leave because she didn't want to get involved and it was too much for her. Waited until she was asleep. Now, some of you are here trying to defend and excuse the behavior, and I don't understand. So you're saying to me, if even as an adult, right? And I say to you, I'm coming over to your house, you're my man, and something is going on at my house. I'm not feeling comfortable here. And you am I see as the next safe place or safe space to go to. I shouldn't go to a man's house because I should expect that to happen. That is what I'm hearing. Hold a second. Morning. Hold on. Power, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Morning.
Hi. I'm blaming nobody here, but one question asked. I want to know if that is first time she sleep over by the man.
I would not know, but the thing is,
We
they've
need to
been
know that
together.
information because
But
if that is
it wouldn't
first,
be the
because
first night. Hold a sec. It wouldn't be the first night because there's no way, if they've been together for 2 years, right? There's no way that you'll just get up and automatically go to somebody's house and think you'll be comfortable there if you have not been there before. You
yeah,
must
well,
be
I
there
know because
before to feel a sense of
I don't
comfort.
believe she fully sleep over there because being a young man
Mhm.
and you're doing that kind of heat, I don't believe that could be the first time in 2 years you make that attempt. Something wrong. That's something not adding up there.
Oh, man,
We're young children in the heat nowadays. That different from long time.
yes, it's different, but
That that
everybody's
that
different.
that yeah, everybody's different. But I don't feel like I don't feel
But the point is,
she
whether
was
it's the
over there.
first time or second time it happened, the point is, when you say no, is no.
Yeah, but you not no involved there.
Absolutely, because she was asleep.
Yeah, you not no involved there. So I don't feel like the first time she. I don't feel like I feel like the first time she went a cousin. My humble opinion.
I don't think so because there's no way you be just up and just go to somebody's house and you
Yeah,
don't know
but
if
they
you'll
see
be
they young and
comfortable
they trust
there,
each
if
other
you'll be acceptable
because
there.
she
Because
boy
remember,
always
he's
around him.
19. He is living under his parents' roof, I assume, at 19. So you don't just get up and go to somebody's parents' house in the middle of the night for the first time without having some prior visit or something of that sort. I don't think so.
Yeah, that could happen. We don't get interested with young people and them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Well, it could happen, but I don't believe that's the case. 2 years. You try to tell me you would deal with somebody for 2 years and you've never been to their home until that one time? Nah. Because she says her parents fight a lot and it got way more intense than it usually does last night and I didn't want to be in the middle of it, so I went to his house for the night. To me, that is a given that she's been there before. A 2 year for if they've been together for 2 years. Morning.
Good morning. How
But I
are
find we
you?
like to flip the script and shift the post. We're not dealing with the coulda, shoulda. We're dealing with the situation at hand, which is how she felt and what he did. Morning, go
Good
through.
morning. I was just going to listen to it. I said, Lord, this caller. No, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. I'm going to respect your opinion as a caller, first and foremost. But as you said, stick to the script. It matter if it's for first time, for second time, 110 time. That is not the point. That's not the issue at hand. The issue is that he violated her trust. He took away her right to say yes or no. That is what it boils down to. Whether it's her boyfriend for 2 years or it's her boyfriend for 6 months. The trust that she placed in that young man to go at your home, to confide in you about family issues, hoping that you are going to be there to comfort her, be there for her emotionally. You are going to use that opportunity to violate her sexually, knowing how she stands and what she stands on.
Mhm.
So the amount of time she went to his house is irrelevant.
And that is, I don't understand the rational. I don't understand this sort of responses that I'm getting. That is what she went there for. And so, if I come to your house and I'm feeling uncomfortable because I'm telling you about the situation at home, the fighting, and I just want to be comforted and can't deal with that, I come by you for you to for we to engage in. If I want that sort of comfort, that's what I come for. We need to go up the road and come back down.
Exactly. And what happens is we need to change our mindset. You see, mindset is a thing. No. somebody that you're living with. Let's say it's a completely different situation. You live with a person, or um, you partially live with a person, but you have already went down that road, that sexual road with a person, and all you're sleeping, and then one thing later, fine. I can understand that. Men wake up in night. Okay.
Mhm.
But this is a situation where the young lady has expressed her desire to wait. This is a situation where you had agreed. And as you said, if he had changed his mind, that is all well and good. That is fine. It's acceptable. It's normal. What he should have done was wake her up. Even if when she came over, his initial thought was not for that. But in the middle of the night, heat rays, wake up. Touch her in some way, shake on her shoulder, wake up, have the conversation again. Say, this is why the case is, I really want this, whatever, whatever. Give her that opportunity to say yes or no. Because in my humble opinion, that is a form of rape. You did not permit that young lady to say yes or no. And when you see men sneaking into people's room, little children's room, and even grown women's room, and lift their covers, because there's a
Mhm.
situation like that
Mhm.
now that I just heard about, it stems from there. These
Mhm.
are not, it's not an innocent thing. It's not just two young people, because it could have been two hardback
Because
adults that
because
just
because listen to what he said. That really makes me see that this is deeply embedded in us. She said that, after expressing her disgust and yelling at him, he kept telling her to relax since he didn't, penetrate her. And since she's his girlfriend, she shouldn't mind it and she's overreacting.
yes. You see that word? You see that word relax? See, he has no respect for her opinion
There was
or
no
her.
remorse. There was no, I'm
There
sorry,
was
I
no
understand,
remorse.
you're not
And
ready for this. Okay, but I'm not ready for you waiting either. So this doesn't
mm,
make sense. You
there was
continue to
no
wait by
remorse.
yourself.
And the caller also mentioned that he don't believe it's the first time that he had attempted it. Oh my cheese and bread. If it's not the first one, I think it's the first based on just how the story was laid out.
Because she would have said he tried other times and so and so, but there was no indication of
Correct.
trying other times. Sometimes you have to read between the lines and not look for the exact words to be said. Because
Correct.
I'm sure if she felt uncomfortable with him, there's no way she's
He
going
would
over to
not
his
have gone
house.
back.
What you going back and do, knowing your stance and how strongly you feel about waiting? And if he tried it before, there's no way you'd want to be with him in a compromising situation, or be with him alone, knowing anything could happen. It's
Exactly.
because she felt comfortable and thought that he understood the situation, that she's willing to wait, and he's agreed that he said it's not a big deal for him. She agreed to, she went to his home because, okay, that's my next place that I feel safe.
All he had to do was have that conversation, and no one would fault him if he feels that he no longer have the same standing as he did when they just got together. Have the conversation and say, I no longer want to wait. This is what I want. Give her the opportunity to say yes or no, or for you guys to depart because you're young.
Exactly.
But do not violate anybody. Do not
Mhm.
take that power you took from her. You do not know the mental strain you have placed on that young lady in
Mhm.
trusting any other
Because
man,
you know what's
or
gonna
even his.
happen right now. Yeah, I'm not surprised if it's gonna end sooner than later, because now she no longer will feel comfortable being around him like that, seeing he did what he did or tried to do.
And
She's not gonna trust him to keep his word that he's not gonna do it again.
and then not only that, he had created a domino effect because the next young man she picks up, she's going to be mistrustful of him and she's going to be guarded. And he now has to deal with some broken part of her that he did not break. And that's how these things start. And look how young it started for her. So when you see we with 50s and we 30s and well, why this young lady subject or why this? It's because of trauma like this when we were younger that we had to deal with that. Nobody said, sweetheart, it was not your fault. You're not at fault. This person violated you, and it is okay to stand up. It is okay to forgive even and trust somebody. It's okay because you did nothing wrong. That is how it started. Look at her age.
Yep, got you.
Anyway,
Thanks so much.
all
Have a good
right.
one. As someone rightly said, I know that this person says, I know ladies' room is sometimes a kicks, but the comments here are crazy. Which century are we in? Telling a young girl stay in your parents' home or you deserve to be violated in your sleep by someone you thought you could trust. It's mind blowing. And as the person says, we can see who's raising gentlemen and who are raising, you know what? and who will blame their daughters and who will be there for them. That was one of the best comments I saw ever. The fact that you have to say to somebody, okay, if you don't want to be sexually assaulted or whatever the case might be, stay in your mother's house. Don't go over there, because if you go over there, that's what's going to happen to you. So we're teaching young women to do that, but then we're telling young men it is okay to do whatever you want to do. If you want it, just take it. That is what's going on here. So we can't just pass blame on one side. There's a lot of blame we can pass to go around if we wish to. But we're just focusing on the point, which is people are saying that she was wrong to go over there because what did she expect? She expected comfort. She expected him to be her safe place. That's what she expected. She didn't expect to be assaulted. She didn't expect sex because they already had that conversation. So she felt safe enough to go there. So what you have here is a boundary being crossed, trust being broken, and then gaslighting you about it. So now that it's out there that he's no longer willing to wait, it will likely get worse, and he will keep on pushing you for more, saying you're my girlfriend, so it's no big deal. So it's either you're willing to hold on to your guns, which is I'm not ready for this until I'm married, or be prepared to have this now out in the open. It's literally out of the bottle. That he feels he's aroused when he's around you, basically. And it's no longer a case of it's not a big deal for him, based on the fact that he waited for you to be asleep. Because to see men, and I saw a man, and there are some of you who have daughters, and it blows my mind. It's like, because this person says, the moral of the story, and this is from a man, right? The moral of the story, stay in your parents' place. What cuddles you're talking about? What set of make-believe issue reading, young lady? You didn't have sex in 2 years. LOL. Correctly said. Spell the coffee or be single. Y'all have, yeah, let me be blunt. Some of y'all have some rapist tendencies, eh? If that's what y'all thinking, that if a woman comes in your space, it automatically means she's there for sex. Or even if she's not, once you are, you can take what y'all have some. And now I understand why the stats are so high. Why the stats are so high where rape and all those things are concerned in Grenada. And sexual assault is so high for a small island. Y'all have me. No, it's not a joke, but I'm. And then you're having women saying, how is someone playing with your private parts and you don't even wake up? Somebody make it make sense. How is that the issue? There's a lot of ways you can violate somebody without touching them. The fact that he removed her clothing and he didn't penetrate, according to him, he probably could be looking at her and whatever himself, putting his hands to work, doesn't mean that he had to touch her. But the fact that he removed her clothing without her permission and she got up and saw that he was naked and that she was partially naked as well. We don't know what the next level could be. Or something could have been given to her to drink. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world. Regardless of your age and relationship status, this is non-consensual. Someone cannot give consent while sleeping. He took access to your body without your permission and you were violated. The end, point blank, period. No matter how many of you, how y'all try to spin it, no matter how y'all try to jokify it, whatever the case might be, it's just that. No matter how much y'all try to add up and turn mathematician and turn what a statistician and add up and on the way and should do adding, nothing is supposed to add. What is not adding is the fact that he's now ready to engage in sexual activities and she's not, based on his advances. And they're no longer on the same page. How about making that add up? Y'all turn mathematician overnight, everybody, but what and adding up and what's supposed to add and add? This is not a situation to take lightly. He clearly did not respect her boundaries laid out when they started dating. So either you talk to him about it, and if he wants to be defensive, then you know he does not respect you. The end. We see things in front of us, and then we those red flags, and then we act like it's something brand new. Good morning.
Hi, my dear. Good morning. Good morning. Good
Hey, we'll
morning.
go.
Before I
Okay,
start,
you're
beautiful.
ready
Good morning.
because you're ready for reggae fest.
If I
You have your
remember,
dog
good
muzzle,
morning.
and your chalice for Saturday.
Yeah. But I'm here, man. I mean, when you see me, I'm here, man. I like big board.
Yeah.
But
So tell
but
me.
yeah, what now? Yeah, what now? I am reading somebody's comments and I'm listening to somebody's thing. And I mean, listen me. I am man, and everybody knows me. But there's a line you don't cross. He betrayed her trust. He betrayed his manhood. Because here what? Listen, I mean, you know her situation. She says to you, hey, mom and dad always having fights, whatever. So I feel comfortable coming by you. So now you are her safe haven. You are her God. She feels trusted by you
I'm comfortable.
and comfortable. I'm hoping that you'll be able to protect her. And for some reason in your head, you think that is sex. Yo, fella, you have a problem. Fella, you have a problem.
And you have to nip it in the bud from early. That's how it starts.
Exactly. And these big men and big women talking about, oh, once a man and woman together, you expect. Like, really? I have female friends who have who come to my house and they walk around naked. Does that give me the right because they're in my house naked to have sex with them? Like, really? No, Chad. No, you have to stop this stupidness. That is why we are in the situation that we are because we condone too much crap. No is no. She came by you because she thought that you would have protected her. She needed comfort. She never said she wanted sex. She needed comfort. She needed to cuddle. Somebody to make when you're depressed and when you're hurt, what you look for? You want a hug. You want somebody to
Exactly.
make you feel safe. You don't want a dick inside you, excuse me, language. I mean, come on, man. I mean, we have to establish your opinion. He wrong and he wrong. There is no if but a maybe about it. He is wrong and he betrayed her trust. Simple. End of story.
Got you. All right. Have a good one. And then when you see women making comments like, "Oh, you have to sleep with jeans pants," and like you want to sleep in, yeah, and grown men saying those things about, yeah, I don't know. I'm concerned. I'm seriously concerned. I'm not gonna lie. That's why young people have no business dating. That is why young people have no business dating until you truly, truly understand what could happen. What are all the probabilities? That is why, because the control it's not there yet. You're still growing. You're still trying to tap into your hormones. This isn't something and this is why kids have no business dating. She's still young. He's still young. They both, let's see what this person says. They're both responsible, irresponsible, and accountable for their actions. No one there is a saint. Plus, she's not interested in him. What? He's broke. Most male teenagers have not had the time to acquire resources to make them appealing and to project value to a female. Maybe if he come into an inheritance or wins a lotto, she will revise her standards and boundaries. Lord have mercy. My friend, you that saying that there? Lord. Oh God, I can't even call your name. Ashim. Nah, man, you're supposed to know better than that and do better. How you? Honestly, a boyfriend you have, you worried about them, that what money they have? Way, bad, bad. How is that? Anyways, let me play this last thing and go about my business here, Papa. I ain't able today. And then making me sin my little soul. The last amount I have. Let me hear what this person's saying.
Hey, morning. I think I'm a bit late. I didn't hear the last topic that you guys are talking on. Can you repeat if you can?
Kind of late to repeat, but I wonder if you caught on to it by now. It's basically it's too late to repeat because I'm out of time already, so it makes no sense. Might as well just check in on my Facebook page. It's public. It's public, so you can catch up. I'm just seeing the WhatsApp, so I'm sorry. Hold on. Just about time for me to go, but yeah. But you know what the point is? If that's how we think, we have a problem, a serious problem. We already have a problem based on what we saw happening in recent times. And um, Brian says, when I read the comments yesterday, I stayed away from the live. It was so vexing. It also reinforces our socialization of normalizing the culture of rape and violation. Folks only seem to care when it is them and their own. I found the remarks from many of the women disgusting, and some of the men just reinforced entitlement of women's bodies, crazy place. On the other hand, what a wholesome young lady. Happy to see we still have young women like that, even with the trauma in her home with her. And I thought that's what I was gonna see more of Burns, to be honest. And I think that is that's what made me feel so disappointed. I thought I would see more women applauding her, understanding our own situations, understanding a lot of us sometimes feel if I can only go back, I would make better decisions and better choices in who I decided to give my body to, and probably would have waited because there was no rush. Our mothers used to say to us all the time, there's no rush. The world ain't going nowhere. Sex ain't going nowhere. Boys ain't going nowhere. Take your time. Study your head. Get your education and, figure out your life first before engaging in big people thing. But we always saw them as trying to control us and telling us what to do. And sometimes when we sit back in our little moments when we're introspective and, you're looking back and you're like, you wish you had listened to mommy. I wish you had listened to when she was and I wasn't seeing it as, oh, trying to run my life. You live your life already. Let me live my own thing. I have to live my own life. And, that was the men you could understand because at the end of the day, oh, man. But I think what bothered me the most is seeing some of the comments from women who I thought would be more understanding and applaud her for that decision, not rushing, taking her time, and knowing what she wants from that age, which is not to be engaged in, sexual activities with everybody, but choosing a life partner, waiting until marriage and all of that. And to see some of the comments from women. So it says if this really bothers you, you need to be honest with your significant other. You feel violated because you're not in a position to say no or share whatever feelings are coming up. Try to keep blame out of it and realize that she probably didn't really think you had a problem with it because you're in a relationship. That doesn't mean you didn't say anything. If it bothers you, it's not okay. If it continues after you set down the boundary, then this person. Sarita, the person is aware. They've been dating for 2 years. The person is aware that that's what she felt because let me read that part again before I go. I'm going to be 18 in a week and my boyfriend is 19. We've never had sex in the 2 years we've been together since I want to wait for marriage, and he claimed he didn't care about sex that much either. So he's aware about how she feels and what she wants, and because he claims he didn't care about sex that much either. He's into her and yada yada yada. So boy. Yeah. Walk good. I'll see y'all next week. But this is worrisome that we have adults defending this and not seeing that as a problem. At the end of the day, married, in a relationship, everyone has a right to say no. Everyone has a right to say no. And if you don't give consent, you know what that is. Regardless of your age and relationship status, once it's non-consensual, you have a problem. And someone cannot give consent while they're sleeping. Took access to your body without your permission, clearly violated. Yeah, let's see you next week, God's will. All right, don't forget this Saturday, it's all about Reggae Fest, the National Stadium. Be prepared for a night of music, good reggae music. So if you have not gotten your tickets as yet, organize yourselves. Yeah.
Thompson Limited at Beacon Insurance.
New customers for a limited time and in celebration of our 50 years of independence.